Hey everybody, welcome back to some more Modern Horizons 3. I know it's a bit of a weird time with Nadu still being legal as of the time of recording. This is Monday. We're still potentially waiting for a ban announcement, but in the meantime, we will get started or continue to play some Modern Horizons 3. And we just had a Pro Tour this weekend, and today I am showcasing you one of the decks from the top 8 of that Pro Tour, not one of the 5 Nadu decks, and that is going to be Seth Manfield's Mono Black Necro deck, a deck which I am a very, very big fan of, and a deck that is utilizing one of the more broken cards from the set that, you know, people are starting to talk about, but I don't think they're talking about it as much as they should, and that is Necrodominance. This is their attempt at a fixed Necro. Not exactly sure how much they fixed it, but it is an extremely powerful card, and nonetheless one that, I'm a big fan of. So the concept here is you are utilizing the Grief Scam package, so you have Grief and Malakir Rebirth, not Dead After All. We'll get to why we're playing Rebirth over that in just a second. But you have this incredibly powerful scam package, and what's also very, very important is another new printing here, Phyrexian Tower. So even if you have a Grief but no Malakir Rebirth, but you draw Phyrexian Tower and Necrodominance, you can go, say whatever land on turn 1. Turn 2, you play your Phyrexian Tower, you evoke your Grief, you take their best card. With the evoke trigger on the stack, you sack it to your Phyrexian Tower. That's 3 black mana for a turn 2 Necro, which you can accomplish while taking their best card. Extremely powerful. The rest of this deck is some powerful interaction, so Inquisition of Kozilek. I get a lot of questions of why, Seth chose to play Inquisition over Thoughtseize. My best guess is that the life loss, because you're paying a lot of life with both Necrodominance and the One Ring, so that 2 life can translate into 2 cards and really add up over the course of, the first couple of turns. Shambling Ghast, which looks kind of weird, but Shambling Ghast plus Phyrexian Tower enables casting Necrodominance just with those 2 cards, because you sack the Shambling Ghast for 2 black, the Shambling Ghast dies, you make a treasure, that's 3 black mana, there's Necrodominance. And you can even go turn 1 swamp Shambling Ghast, turn 2 sack the Ghast to Tower, that's, 2 black plus the treasure, and then a swamp that makes 4 mana on turn 2 to either cast the One Ring or Sheoldred. So you have a lot of these powerful draw engines. The end game that you're playing towards, there's a couple of different things. So either Sheoldred plus Necrodominance, which means that you basically say you have 10 life, you can activate Necro 9 times and go to 1 life. That's going to trigger Sheoldred 9 times, and you're going to gain 18. So basically it turns Necrodominance into just, for each life you have -1, you draw that many cards and gain that many life. So effectively, that's, the end game. Also, the Ring with Sheoldred, very powerful. And then you might ask yourself, well, streamer, what are we doing with all these extra cards? Because Necrodominance does make you, reduce your maximum hand size. Well, that's where free spells come into play. So March of Wretched Sorrow, not technically a free spell. It does require black mana. But, let's say you draw 10 cards with Necro and you have 15 cards in your hand. You can just pitch all those cards that you were going to discard to the Necro to the March, gain a bunch of life, and that's going to let you Necro again. Sort of similar thing with Soul Spike. What's nice about Soul Spike is it actually kind of does close out the game, because it, unlike March, it goes upstairs. So, you draw some extra cards, you Soul Spike them, that gets you 4 more cards with the Necro the following turn, and it shortens the clock. It reduces the amount of time that they're going to be in the game to draw out of this, potential Necro situation. Past these we have a couple more free spells here. Flare of Malice, which I can only imagine is really only here for Nadu. I'm actually interested to see if and when Nadu gets banned, if this card remains a player in the mono black decks. And then 1 Force of Despair, sort of similar thing, pitch spell that's good against Nadu. Now, as far as the mana base is concerned, you'll notice we only actually have 11 real quote-unquote lands, which might seem like a pretty small amount, but we have 14 modal double-face cards that can effectively act as lands, and this goes back to why we are playing Malakir Rebirth over Not Dead After All. Because we have all these pitch cards, we need a higher black card count, so it's a way to get a bunch of lands in your deck, but still make sure you have enough black cards to pitch to these spells. The sideboard's pretty straightforward. Soulless Jailer, very good against Storm. Surgical Extraction, graveyard decks. Fatal Push for small creature decks. Thoughtseize, pretty versatile card. Break the Ice for Tron and Eldrazi. Dauthi Voidwalker for graveyard decks. And another Force of Despair for Nadu decks. A lot of heavy, go wide creature decks. So that is the breakdown for Seth's deck, and like I said, I think that once Nadu does inevitably get the axe, this is probably going to be the best deck in the format. So I would highly recommend, considering this deck for a potential upcoming RCQ, unless something happens to Grief, which maybe we can get into discussion on that later. And without further ado, I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. I feel like I remember this early. I think Mengu had posted a really early list that was like black-green with 4 Tarmogoyf, 4 Nethergoyf. It was like black-green mid-range. 4 Tarmogoyf, 4 Nethergoyf, 4 Disciple, and just utilizing Disciple in a mid-range deck. I don't know if that's a better idea, but don't subtlety me, bro. Bro, don't subtlety me. Oh god. The blue Tron menace. Do I just take the 2 blue cards? I don't think I care about this, right? It's a little risky not taking Karn. Maybe I should let them have the Sidebinder. Just take Remand Karn. Okay, they drew map. I guess I'm just gonna main phase the Bowmaster. I know that looks weird, but I don't want them, just in case they drew another Remand. And I think I'm just gonna sack the token and slam Sheoldred next turn. Soul Aspiring Spike. Spike. Alright, give me some mana, please. Sheoldred should have Flash. It really should. Added Persist and 3 Arcana Cruelty to an Asmo show with Kappa Cannon. Your thoughts on the idea? Assuming you also have Psychic Frog too. Like, utilizing Psychic Frog set discard outlet for both Asmo and Persist. I mean, it's interesting for sure. I don't hate it. What do you think the beta announcement is coming? Yeah, I don't really know. Oh, we're just gonna... What? I mean, they could have chump blocked with the token, but... Alright. I guess if they chump block, they take 2. I don't know when the announcement is coming. Hopefully soon. My answer to your question is hopefully soon, but... as we all like to say, Wizards likes to do things at random, so it is unclear exactly when we will get the announcement. But I sure do hope it's soon. What am I cutting for Thoughtseize? Like 2 marches, maybe? This looks fine. I could Surgical them, but that's... I don't know. I guess, like, Break the Ice Surgical. I guess we could have Flare over the marches. Yeah, but you have 2 marches. I mean, what do you want to cut besides... Like, what would you play over... Or what do you want to cut for some of these? Like, there's really nothing else I would cut. I guess I could trim... Like, how often do you trim a land? Because we have 25. Could trim, like, 1 Awakening, maybe? Yeah, I guess I could see trimming 1 ring. Could do like this, maybe. Thoughtseize seems not relevant. I mean, in combination with Grief and Thoughtseize insane. Yeah, but I think those happen more frequently than you would think they do. Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep this hand. This hand's really good. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Stone Rain. We also have 2 more discard spells. This hand just needs to find a threat. It led on Tower. I'm gonna lean on this one because it's most of the time less relevant. I'm gonna lean on Thoughtseize just in case their hand is all payoffs. What? Mine Tower. I guess I just take... So this is funny. I could take Repeal to incentivize them to play Mine. Because if they don't draw a blue card, they're probably just going to play Mine, and then I can break the ice of the Mine. That was their draw step, right? Why would they play that? Huh. Wait, I don't want to break the ice this. I guess we just Thoughtseize the ring and play a tap land? Seems fine to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Someone explain to me what the fuck is going on to be done about the One Ring. I don't know. I mean, I feel like we've been having conversations about the One Ring for a while. To be honest with you, I don't know. I'm kind of okay with it. Like, it's just kind of whatever to me. I like it's good, but oh, you're saying the price. Talking about the price. I'm not saying. I don't know if it's like. Is it fine? It costs 4 mana. Like, what? It's so much mana. I feel like if somebody's casting the ring, like they're working for it. You know, it does cost a lot of mana. Okay, they got a metamorph. Okay. Reprint on MH3, if only. That is interesting. I don't know if I care about this metamorph. Annoying that... So what land did they play? That turn they played mine, right? So they played these two. So we know Tower, Metamorph, X. Send both at Karn. I'm gonna break the ice the mine. I guess I should Inquisition to see, just in case their last card is like another counterspell. We know there's one brick, but okay. Good. Cast this, target this. And then I think I'm going to hold on to Fell the Profane, because we might... there is a chance that we could overload at some point. Yeah, you know what I could do? If I sacrifice my Bowmaster, this comes into play as a 0/0, correct? And if I don't, they're just going to copy Bowmaster and kill it anyways. So, yeah. Because no matter what, my Bowmaster's dead. Is it time to overload? I don't know. I don't know if that's good. Kills 2 towers. We lose our creature. Look, I don't know if it's good, but I want to. You know? It's at least fun. Hold it? I can't. I don't have it in me. Wait. Oh. I never realized that. I thought it only killed your lands that produce colorless. I never realized that. Whoops. I thought it was only their lands. What the fuck? Well, today I learned. Today I learned that overload includes your own stuff. I thought it was only your opponent's. Good draw. It's okay, we've acquired a clock. Everything is fine. Yeah, Necro or Ring Waiting Room. It's okay, this Trawler is going to go coast to coast. That's a good draw. Streamer doesn't read cards. Bro, I never read cards, alright? I don't know what any cards do. You cannot expect me to read cards. Alright, I will cast again. No, they basically on a 2-turn clock because we have the Soul Spike. They found a PP. That's a good draw. Ooh, I should have maybe cast this first. Because if they countered the One Ring, then I might want to hold up the Voidwalker. I mean, I would probably still attack, right? Even if they counter this. Light Lord says, why no Sorin? I really don't like Sorin in this deck, and I just don't think it's a very good card. The thing about Sorin is I think it's only good if you are kind of sort of comboing with it. Like, if you're playing it in a shell... Like, I think the only Sorin deck that has looked good to me was the kind of all-in combo deck that Spike was playing with Nourishing Shoal. It's just not that good of a value card. Even when you flip it, you're like, you make a food, and then you have to basically spend mana on the -2, because the -2 doesn't do anything unless you've gained life, which it's kind of hard to gain life unless you can, like, use the food token. I mean, I guess you have Soul Spike and stuff, but I don't know, The other issue is you have to save your Soul Spikes, but this deck wants to, like, curve out with Necro, Soul Spike to keep going. It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. We're in danger? No, we're fine. I mean, I can even hold up their... Oh, wait, no. That's not how this works. Close, but not quite. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like Sorin that much. I don't think it's very good. Can almost hardcast Soul Spike. Dan flashes, what color would you like? Pick a color, any color. Hold their Force. Their Force does not have a counter on it. The only cards that have a... Oh, wait. Why didn't I just play the Karn? I forgot about that. I looked in their exiled pile, I saw the Condescend, and my brain was like, oh, I can only cast Condescend. X equals 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guess I'll just do this. I still get the scry too, right? I'm pretty sure I still get the scry too. Also, they might misclick. Would you like to pay 0 mana? I don't need this land to cast Fell or to cast Spike because this is enough. This is the land, right? Because this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So we're gonna go top the ring, bottom this. I guess it's a little awkward if they kill the Trawler. You don't think the ring is good here? Seems good. If I'm bottoming ring, what am I looking for? Like specifically Sheoldred or Bowmasters, I guess. I think I might just hold up Soul Spike here. Although it's unlikely to resolve. Because they're just not going to do anything, right? I don't know. They might tap out at some point. I'll hold up the Soul Spike. They might like feel pressured into tapping out. Because this is going to put them to 4. So if they do anything end step or something, like if they go to Manamo their One Ring, you know. I guess I should probably Soul Spike now. No, because then I lose my Trawler, right? Yeah, I'm not going to Soul Spike now. I guess I'm going to have to if they play a second ring. Yeah, waiting might have been bad. I mean, I knew this was never going to resolve anyways, but... Okay, well, at least I can cast it again next turn. Respond to ETB. Why would it matter if I responded to ETB? What's the difference? There's no difference, right? I feel like this game would be a lot better if I had a Karn in play. Because that Karn also could have gotten a ring. Might have been a little better. I guess I'll either do it on their upkeep or wait till they tap the ring. Yeah, they get to have one more look towards a counterspell, right? If I do that, I probably just wait for them to tap it, right? Rather than do it now. Well, I mean, I can't do it now. I have to wait till upkeep. I guess in theory, if they don't have a counterspell in hand, casting it on upkeep is better because if they have to draw into the counterspell, they go to 2. So I guess upkeep is better because of that, right? If they don't exactly have a counterspell in hand right now, because then they just take 1 more damage. I mean, they know about it. You know, they remanded it last turn, so they know it's there. This is 2 more times than I hardcast Soul Spike yesterday. What's this? 8? Like Kozilek's command, maybe? Scry a bunch to try and find a counterspell. Looks like that's what's going on. It's a lot of mana. What are they up to now, by the way? I think I saw earlier they were like 60 or 70. Soul Spike is out of control right now. They went 2 on top, which presumes they have a counterspell here. Okay. I mean, I guess the good news about this is they can't do anything this turn. Well, no, that's not true. They have the Scions. Stop with the rings, man. I can't. Hello, Shane. How are you today? Soul Spikes are check notes. $75. You went into your CK sell history from 2 years ago to see the Soul Spike I sold for 35 cents. You hate to see it. As much as I want to play this mono black deck in paper, I know that I will legitimately never ever be able to play it. Because I refuse to spend that much money on Soul Spikes. It's just not gonna happen. I mean, I guess I cast it just to resolve it. I know I can't activate it, but getting it in play while they don't have a counterspell up is nice, because then if I draw like a Fell the Profane for Karn, then I can eventually activate it. It also means they can't Mindslaver me this turn. I don't know how relevant that is, but... Because Mindslaver targets, right? Yeah. I mean, honestly, the way to rebalance the One Ring, they kind of did it on Arena. I think the Alchemy version of the One Ring is a pretty good like interpretation of what the card probably should have been. Sorin with Asmo and Surin Orb sounds pretty good. Sack all your lands, then burn him out with Sorin. I'm sorry, what? Okay. Let him cook. Let him cook. Alright, you win. I'm pretty sure I could never lose that game if I just went Dothy Voidwalker, sacked to cast their Karn. But, you know, we learn. Mistakes were made, lessons were learned, etc., etc. Trading Post Jump Scare. Yeah, like, I looked at their cards in Exile, and I looked at the cards that had Dothy counters on them, and I only saw the Condescend, and my brain was like, oh, well, I can only Condescend, I'm just gonna pass. But I forgot that I was killing their Karn that turn. Trading Post and Necro confirmed. Ooh. What if we made, like, a Necro Karn deck? I guess that's just coffers, right? I know. Just another chance for me to overload Break the Ice and kill my own Phyrexian Tower. Alright, I will go first. Ooh, turn 2 Break the Ice, turn 3 Necro, huh? I like that. I mean, his hand has a lot of lands in it, but... How did I lose? They set up a Mindslaver lock with Academy Ruins. They went Karn for Mindslaver, play Academy Ruins, then I died. Why is Soul Spike so expensive? Like, combination of only one printing plus high demand for the card. Those are pretty much the two determining factors, I think. Also, to the best of my knowledge, I don't believe the set was opened that much. I should have kept the Rebirth, I guess. It's okay, we'll do this. I really want to resolve this Necro this turn. Why is my Tron opponent not playing Tron lands? Okay, so... Just in case they have Force of Negation, I want to make sure I can resolve this. If they have 2 forces, I'm going to be very mad. Oh, okay. Well. In that case, I will pay 5... I'll pay 7. I want to find a Soul Spike. I did not find a Soul Spike. Wait, they have 4 Ursus Towers in their hand? Quads, baby, let's go. Well, if they have 4 Ursus Towers, I'm not sure how much I need this Break the Ice. I definitely, kind of want to keep the Thoughtseize. I want to keep the Bowmasters, because that's going to be my big threat here. Like, I'm going to go land double Bowmasters next turn, so we don't need this. We don't need this. Probably don't need this, and probably don't need this. Something like that. And then we go... Yeah, I guess I'm just going to draw 1 here. I don't know. I got a little greedy. I was trying to find Soul Spike, but ended up not finding the Soul Spike. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going up to 5 cards. Should be fine. I guess we respond here, so we can deal them 2 damage. Yeah, that's the thing about it's the thing about Cold Snap, is there just wasn't a lot of powerful cards in the set. Right? Like, the most playable cards were... Like, what? Counterbalance... Rite of Flame... Is that it? I don't think there was really much else, right? Alright, here... Here... Snowlands, I guess. Yeah, but the thing about Commandeer is... When that set was in Standard, Commandeer was not a very playable card. Like, it was not a sought-after card, you know? Like, nobody really gave a shit about Commandeer during the time when it was legal. Or in Standard, you know, when it was in print. And I think the set was not that well received either. So, like, I think a lot of people probably didn't buy that much of the set. So there's just not as much in circulation. Yeah, I guess Dark Depths too. Well, no, that's not true, right? Because Dark Depths was played before Stage came out with Vampire Hexmage. Right, as soon as Hexmage came out, there were, like, Hexmage Depths decks in Extended. Yeah, Mishra's Bauble. That's another one, too. People did not realize how good Mishra's Bauble was. I don't even remember when it started. But Mishra's Bauble was not really played that much for a long time. It was, like, until the Death Shadow era, I think. Yeah, Delirium, like Traverse and stuff. They chose Walking Ballista. So... Okay, untap. So why don't we go kill Karn. Attack you. Karn, you. I could Thoughtseize plus Phyrexian Tower to sacrifice the army token. Which I think I probably will do. That's smart by them. Well, it's gonna deal you 4. Because the thing is, I kind of want to cast Break the Ice this turn with Overload. I think I'm probably gonna do it. But then I lose my army token. It probably just doesn't matter, though. 13, they go to 11. Yeah, I just don't think it matters. I could sack the second Bowmaster, I guess. Maybe that's better. But I want a Thoughtseize to do a Force Negation check. Yeah, so what if I just took Force of Negation, Tower, sack Bowmaster, blow up their lands? No, because then they just can sink into Stupor my token, right? So maybe I should take the Ballista, then sack the token? Let's do that. It's not as much pressure on them. Also, we lose our Phyrexian Tower. They fawn. Oh, right, I guess they do just fawn in this case, huh? Yeah. Okay, maybe that was bad. I forgot they were going to fawn. I think I needed to take the Ballista, though, because I want to keep the Bowmasters in play. But in my head, I was like, yeah. But I guess if I take that same line, but if I take the fawn instead, then they get to resolve the Ballista, right? I take the fawn, resolve... I take the fawn, resolve the Break the Ice, but then they could just Ballista for 1 to kill a Bowmaster. Maybe that's fine, though. Yeah, but I think what I was supposed to do is just take the Ballista and not cast the Break the Ice. I think that's what I should have done. Was just take Ballista and save the Break the Ice for later. I mean, I think it probably doesn't matter that much. I think we're still winning this game. I can probably go to 3, right? I mean, if worst comes to worst, I can always march my own Bowmaster if we absolutely have to. I guess they do have Tron, but the thing is, they don't really have anything to do with Tron, right? Like, their hand is sink into Stupor 2 Tron lands and 1 unknown card. We can just cast Bowmaster in a turn. I guess we should do this. Probably. It seems reasonable to cast this card, huh? They never expect the 3rd Bowmasters. What decks are we playing today? It's posted on Twitter. We're playing Seth's list, Brian Boss's list, and Matt Sperling's list. Con to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I cannot pay 7. Okay. No, that's fine. Get the Scry 2. Aren't they still dead drawing 3 cards into 2 Bowmasters? Correct. Well, I mean, this is just lethal anyways. I don't have to do anything. Like, I have 2 of them in play. They're drawing 3 cards. So, like, I don't know what their plan is, but I don't have to do anything. I'm just gonna put my Bowmasters triggers on the stack. Pew 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 pew. I guess they can Tidebinder one of them, but they're still at 5. Like, even if they counter one of them, they still take 5. So I don't know what their plan is. Their plan is probably just die. Alright. Their plan was, in fact, to just die. You know, I have, I don't know what to say. My recommendation for winning games of Magic with this deck is just draw these 2 cards more often. That's all I gotta say. Am I actually going for it, though? I mean, I have to, right? This is my 2nd land. What if I... Am I supposed to Inquisition them here? That can't be right. No, that can't be right. I'll just draw lands. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm still going to top it. Because I can just pitch the Inquisition next turn. That's why I'm not casting it, by the way. I guess the issue is this is going to put me down a land. Kind of wish I could just pitch the One Ring. You want to Subtlety it again? If you Subtlety again, I'll probably top it. I guess this would be kind of a disaster if they had Stern Scolding. See you, JS. Have a good day. Consider counterspell Lorien Spell Snare. So I just take Lorien, then consider, and leave them with 2 counterspells? They can't spell snare my Rebirth. I could take Consider first, but if I take Consider first, then they just get to cycle the Lorien for a 3rd land. And I think I'd rather take the land, and then if they consider into a spell, I could just take that spell. Because I don't really care about the counter spells, I think. Do I? Take the counter. And the thing about taking the counter is I have to draw like 2 or 3 lands in a row for these cards to matter. I do care if their top card is Bolt, yeah. I guess that's fair. I don't know, maybe I'm not supposed to take this line. Just because I had to play my 2nd land as a spell. Like, there is a possibility I'm supposed to just play the Rebirth. Like, bottom the Grief, play the Rebirth, and just try to play towards drawing Necro. Or drawing a land for Necro. Okay, I don't think I'm casting that one. I think that one I'm going to hang on to. I would like to play that as a spell to prevent Murktide, but I'm too far away from it. And, you know, I have a Necro in hand that I want to resolve, or at least cast at some point. PDES says, when is Nanu going to be banned? Your guess is as good as mine. Now, we can't forget about the fact that WotC makes decisions at random. So, we don't know when it's going to be banned. We can assume that it is going to be banned, and we can hope that it will be. But as far as to answer the question when, we have no idea. All we can do is wait. They're on vacation. Somebody was telling me that earlier, but I didn't know that. So I guess they're on vacation this week, which means we certainly won't get it this week. Rush of Inspiration. It's kind of a cool one. It's like Divination, but you have to pay 2 energy to keep it. Alright, Landmate. It's a pretty good land. I mean, I'm just going to ring first. It's bad if they drew exactly Spell Pierce, but no Donut XP this week because of the ban list. No, I mean, I've had them in the queue for so long that I'm still going to do them. I don't want to just sit on them forever. I'm planning on doing 1 a day. I'm doing Die on the Phones today. But yeah, that's kind of the goal. Is I do want to do them this week. 3 cards. We know they have Spell Snare. So I think I'm just going to hardcast Grief. Likely take the Spell Snare. Okay, that's a little gross. I think I have to bottom that. Because I need to find an answer for this Subtlety. I know they have Spell Snare left over. What's this with the whole bandless waiting room? I mean, if you watch the Pro Tour, or you saw results from the Pro Tour this weekend, like, it kind of speaks for itself. Like, it seems like, it seems very, very obvious at this point. And I think we're in a situation where it's not a matter of if, more of a matter of when. Like, it is going to happen. There is almost no chance they'd let it continue to go this way. Like, I cannot possibly imagine a world, like a format where they just let it slide. Well, you know, like 5 in the top 8, win rate out of control, just like everything about it, you know. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I really hope that they learned their lesson from the Hogek situation. Because there's 2 ways they could go about doing this. Option number 1 is they ban the card Shuko. If they ban the card Shuko, I think the deck is still potentially too good, right? Because you can still play with Outrider and Cores, still has Quarter Calling, Lightning Reeves, all this stuff. Option 2 is, you know, basically what they should do and just get rid of it. Get rid of it right now. I guess we just main phase March for a bunch. I'm at 9. What if I just killed them both? What if I just, like, killed all of their stuff doing this? Keeping... Actually, you know what? I just pitched the Bowmasters, right? Because we know they have Spell Snare. I don't want them drawing a counterspell. Actually, wait, no. I should just cast the Bowmaster and sack the token. Yeah, this is just way better, right? Because then I get to keep the Bowmaster and play this way. It's essentially the exact same thing. I think I gain 1 less life this way, right? But it's fine. It doesn't matter. This game's over. Why not do 1 damage to Subtlety with Bowmaster, then march up for 2? Oh, instead of using the Phyrexian Tower. Yeah, I gain 1 less life that way. What's more important, 1 more life or a 1/1? I guess the 1/1 is probably more important than 1 more life. Given that I'm so high anyways. Let's go to combat first. I don't need to resolve the second ring this turn. I might even just double Trawler here. Go to combat first. I was gonna say I could have main phased the Trawler to play around this. Targeting Inspiration. Why would they target the Inspiration? Oh, because they're gonna trade. I see. Right. Would you... Maybe I should have just Felled the Profane. I know their last card is Spell Snare. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I missed 1 point of damage, but that's because I wasn't sure that I was gonna cast this. But I think it's right to just do this and pass, because now if they cast the draw 2, they have to go to 6, and I get a 2/2, which I think is good for me. And I could just cast the ring next turn. Yeah, I think this ends up being better for me. But I obviously missed 1 damage because I should have just killed it before blocks. I just wasn't thinking that I was casting the Fell the Profane that turn. Until they blocked, and I was like, yeah, it's probably not as good of an idea. If they try to ban Nadu, he just sacks the land to Safekeeper, has to be Shuko. If they try to ban Nadu, he just sacks a land to Safekeeper. Oh, I see what you're saying. I get it. True. Well, that's the worst case scenario by not casting Trawler that turn. That's about as bad as it gets right there. So we go to 9. Okay, the second ring is not awful. No discard spell is kind of sus. They're at 6. I mean, we have the Soul Spike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think what we should do is just cast the One Ring and see if they counter it. Because if they do counter it, we can just cast the second One Ring. Oh, that's good. Okay, I like that. So they definitely don't have a counterspell in hand, which means that we are probably free to just cast Sheoldred, right? Because if they had a counterspell, they would have countered the ring 100%. Unless it's Subtlety. Could be a Discharge, maybe. Oh, well. That works, too. I guess I'm 1 black card short. I should cast this now, though. I'll do this. Yeah, I'm just going to Soul Spike them now, because we know they don't have a counterspell in hand. We'll be at protection this turn. Even if we didn't, we could just take 8. It wouldn't really matter. Alright, Doom Wink wins. Let's go. Okay, so Murktide. Murktide. We didn't see any cheap creatures, but we can probably assume they have Tamios. How am I liking this deck? I love this deck. It's really unfortunate how much I enjoy playing this deck, because I know that I'm never, ever, ever going to be able to play it in paper, since it has 4 Soul Spike and 4 of the One Ring. So, you know, I'm just never gonna be able to build this deck in paper. But it is really fun to play. I do like this deck a lot. All right, we're playing against Murktide, right? What do I want? Force of Despair is good against Murktide. I think that's really it. Could like cut these and play a Thoughtseize, maybe? Something like that. I guess that's fine. I don't know. Good enough for me. Play Surgical. I guess they do have Snapcaster Mage. It is decent against Snapcaster. That's the other thing about this deck is, you know, assuming that they do the right thing and ban Nadu, then I think this deck ends up becoming the best deck in the format once Nadu is removed. So part of me, like, and I don't know, maybe this is like a deeper banlist philosophy thing. Part of me kind of thinks that the only way to fix the format is remove something from both decks. But I don't know. Like, the mono black win rate wasn't scary. There was only 2 in the top 8, but the format's obviously a lot different if you remove Nadu from the equation. But I do think this is by far and away the best deck if Nadu gets banned. What are you pitching? I am pitching March. Will the deck get nerfed if Ring got axed? Probably, yeah. Although, I mean, if you look at Noah's version, Noah didn't even play Ring, right? I don't think so. The person who went, like, the first person to make the top 8 with mono black, I believe that Noah did not play the Ring. So you can easily play this deck without Ring. It's not a requirement. Consign, Flame, Discharge, Murktide. I don't even care about any of these cards. I guess I care about this one the most. Like this, maybe? I don't know. They can consign one of my Necro triggers if I care. But, like, I have the Flare for the Murktide. I don't have a creature to sack to it, though. I'll take the Murktide. It just doesn't matter, right? Nothing matters at this point. So, with Soul Spike in hand, I usually draw up to 8. Because then you can just Soul Spike and not have to discard. Get rid of both of these. Although missing a land drop next turn is kind of sus. What's their hand again? Consign, Flame, Island, Odawara, Discharge. I would like to keep at least one land for next turn. I guess I pitch the Inquisition, maybe? Maybe the March. We don't need the Flare. I want to keep the Flare just in case they draw to the Murktide. Because I think that's one of the ways I lose this game. Yeah, I think March is probably the weakest card there. Need to Inquisition the Consign. Oh, for the One Ring? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to cast the Inquisition next turn. That was the plan. Target player draws 2 cards. Wish I had an untap land there. Well. I guess we take the Snapcaster Mage. And then we play this. I could try to find second Soul Spike this turn. But I kind of don't want to go super deep this turn. We'll just pick up 3. Draw 12. Why do you want to always go super deep here? I just don't think I have to. I'm far ahead. I don't see a reason to. Like, sure, I can find a bunch of Soul Spikes, but, like, why do I have to go that deep, you know? Okay, well, I did find the Soul Spike. Funny enough. I guess I'll cast it. Pitch both Flares? Okay. I don't want to cast the Ring next turn into the Consign. So this next turn is probably just going to be Hold Up Bowmasters. Oh. I didn't know they played that card. You guys remember that March that I binned? Could really use that March button right about now, right? Yeah, we pitched. Wait, I pitched 2 Flares and a March. 2 Flares, 2 Marches. God damn. Wait, do I actually have no outs left? Because I trimmed on Marches, right? No, I kept in all 4 Marches. Okay. I know I can Ring and draw 1 on their turn, but I can also Bowmasters to pressure the Narset a little bit. I don't know. Kind of just screwed at this point. Can draw 1 now. Oh, right. Hold on. Should do that now. Yeah. Well, it's pretty good. Necro on your turn. Oh, right, because I didn't draw that turn. I could Necro for 1 on mine and then Ring for 1 on theirs. Okay, forgot about that. You're right. We can Necro for 1 because we didn't draw a card that turn. So you can always Necro for 1. Basically, Necro just kind of offsets. Like, Narset Necro means that you get your draw step back, essentially. Okay, so that happens. What do we know is in their hand again? I lost track. Do they have 2 discharges or 3? I don't even know. I think they have 3. I'm pretty sure it's 3. But I guess we know they have counterspell, so we can't play the Sheoldred this turn. So we just have to go pass Necro for 1. This is a tricky spot. Could, like, try to find a discard spell for their counterspell. It's probably the best draw, is just an Inquisition for the take the counterspell, then slam Sheoldred. Well, my plan was to play the Bowmasters this turn. Maybe they counter it, maybe they don't. But also, the Sheoldred's not even good. They have 3 discharges. So they don't even care about the Sheoldred. Like, they just don't have to counter it. They have 3 removal spells for it. Oh, but they have to counter this because of the Narset. I see what you're saying. You're saying bait the Sheoldred with counterspell. Yeah, they just don't counter it, though. They just discharge it, right? Is the issue. Yeah. Because now if I play Sheoldred, they just kill it. So maybe I have to hold? I don't even know. Like, what's my plan this game? Yeah, they could have done that too. They could have consigned the Bowmaster trigger. I guess my plan is draw a second Sheoldred? But, like, we gotta burn through these discharges at some point. Like, I can draw 2 cards a turn, but just not sure where that's getting me. And I can't really use the ring there, I think. Okay. Because if I use the ring there, then I can't ring on their turn. Or if I use the ring there, then I can't play the Necro. Okay, that was good. So we can hope they don't have another counterspell. So I wonder, maybe now I'm not supposed to tap the ring on 16. Oh, that's true. They can consign the Bowmaster trigger. So I guess we need to find like a discard spell. That is definitely not a discard spell. I would like to find an answer right now, though, so I'm going to tap this. That kind of does it. Okay. So I guess we go to the end phase. Necro trigger on the stack. Yeah, Necro trigger on the stack, play the Bowmasters. And I agree. I think I have to draw a lot here. Assuming this works. They may just have 2 answers to the Bowmasters. Yeah, but I think if they consign the Necro trigger instead of the Bowmaster trigger, isn't that better for me? I don't know. It's kind of the same thing, right? The replicate. Oh, I forgot they could replicate. True. You're right. There's definitely a reason to not do this. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Replicate, huh? Okay, well, I mean, didn't matter. They didn't have the counterspell anyways. Let's just go to game 3. I'm good. I'm good. I wasn't, like, necessarily dead that game, but just go to game 3. I kind of want to do this. They just have so many cards that I want to Thoughtseize. I'm even going to do this. I know it makes us a little bit weaker to Murktide, but we still have 2 flares. I think it's fine. I am going to put back... I don't know. This hand's really good. I think this is the weakest card, but it is good with the Phyrexian Tower, so it's a little bit awkward. All right, Inquisition U. Consign, Discharge, Polarity, Tamiyo. My hand doesn't really have a good way to answer Tamiyo, so I think I'm just going to take that. Sometimes I cannot. I guess they can consign to memory the first Necro trigger and then untap play Narset if they drew it. It could be banned Pike. You know, that is what they are saying. I've been saying that for a while. They just need to teach Pike a lesson. If you're into backseaters, you should try having a podcast. I would never. Just can you be a homie and not cast Narset this turn? I would greatly appreciate that. All right, go. Surely they don't have another consigned to memory, right? You can have Snapcaster. Bro, stop. Can I just resolve this trigger once, please? Just let me draw 14 cards, Wob. I promise nothing bad is going to happen to you. If you just let me draw 14 cards, you have my word. I will do nothing bad. I think I'm going to hold the Rebirth in hand as just a black card. I don't know. Is it better as a black card or a land? I have no idea. I guess that may be better as a land. It's worse as a land if they have another consign, if 4 bolts in hand. All right. Now you are allowed to backseat. How many would you draw here? Like 10? 12? I don't know. What's the number, you know? Chat's saying 10, so I'll go with that. Brother, what happened? I didn't F6. Why didn't we Bowman? It didn't give me priority. I wasn't even F6'd. You clicked OK? There's no chance that I clicked OK. There is no chance that I clicked OK. Check the tape. I don't believe you. It's unfortunate. All right, 1, 2. God damn it. It's fine. Is it fine? I'm not sure that it is fine. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, go. We Bowman now. Yeah, I mean, I have to keep the spike in the ring, obviously. Well, I don't actually want to Bowmaster until I Inquisition. Because we know they have polarity. So I have to Inquisition first. Because I don't want them getting the Bowmaster, right? Can somebody check the tape on that, by the way? I'm like 99% sure that I did not pass priority. Yeah, I didn't hit OK, right? And did I accidentally click yield through this turn? Because I may have been F6'd. Flame of Anor. So, 2. I could Bowmaster now? Well, the problem with Bowmaster now is we know they have Discharge. Am I okay with that? If I Bowmaster, they Discharge, I can sack at the tower, 3 mana, but then I still can't cast the ring, right? Yeah, but what am I doing with the mana? I cast Bowmaster, sack Bowmaster, I have 3 mana, I can't cast the ring. I think I'd rather just let this happen. Yeah, let this happen, take maybe a Force Negation, and then just slam ring. Okay, Discharge, Polarity, Snapcaster, Tameo. That's kind of an issue, but we can probably March it next turn, so it's not that big of a deal. I think I should take the Snapcaster Mage. And then just... No, play the ring this turn? Yeah, play the ring this turn. Gotta take Polarity. No, they can't cast Polarity this turn. And then we go end phase. Necro down to 1. Necro down to 1. Back up to 5. Down to 4. Next turn, tap the 1 ring. 6, 7, 8, 9. We should probably do it like this. Because then we have 8 cards. Soul Spike, pitch 2 down to 5. Okay. We are fine. Everything is okay. I'm going to keep both marches. Now we can pass. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. Because the issue with taking invert polarity is then they could just hold up snap polarity, right? Kind of in a weird position, though. Okay, they played land Murktide, so we know they have Tameo Discharge polarity. So we go to 5. Draw 2 off the ring. I guess we have to draw off the ring first. Because I need to find a discard spell for the polarity. We march for fall. No, they just counter it, right? Marching here is bad, I think. I just have to find the discard spell. Did not find a discard spell. Well, actually, wait a minute. Hold on. If I march for enough to kill it, and the march gets countered, then I could just play the Sheoldred, right? Like, I can go here. Yeah, hear me out. So we go here. Pitch. I have to pitch 3 at that point, right? Because we go play land. March. I can only tap 2 lands. Because I need 4 for Sheoldred. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have to do it this way. Yeah, X is 7. Which I guess they just don't counter this. But I think that's fine. Because if they don't counter this, then I could just draw more with the Necro. And if they do counter this, then we can slam the Sheoldred. So I think this works out for me. Because then we go down to 1, up to 9. I guess we die to a bolt. Right? Because we go down to 1, up to 9. Take 6, go to 3, go to 1. If they lose flip, they're down horrendous. Right. Well, we want them to win the flip, right? Okay, they let it go. That's fine. They can also gain control of it. Right, but they have to there's only one legal target. If they gain control of it, they have to, like, they still have to choose a legal target for it. So if they lost the flip there, it would be so bad for them. I think I'm just going to draw 2 here. I don't want to go super deep because I have the ring already here. Okay, that's perfect. So next turn, we should be able to go Grief, take their counterspell, then play the Sheoldred. I guess they could Polarity the Grief. They could Polarity the Grief and then get my Sheoldred. That would be kind of funny. I'm pretty sure I've made this game harder than it needs to be, but I think we'll be okay. Fun is not necessarily a word that I would use to describe invert polarity. In Bindicate's Sign. We don't know how many polarity they play. Usually it's like 1 or 2 tops. So yeah, I'm just going to Grief pitch this first. And I think what they might do is they might Polarity this. I mean, they kind of have to, right? Which is awkward because then they get to steal the Grief and take the Sheoldred. Well, if they win the flip. Lose, 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 lose. Okay, that's bad. Shit. Oh, but it's evoked? Oh, yeah, because I evoked it. What's the text on Rebirth? I could... How many Rebirths do I have? I could ring now and try and draw Rebirth. Is that worth it? Oh, they have Discharge in hands? I mean, I'm gonna ring either way, right? Oh, right. Yeah. You're right. You're right. Never mind. Thross, thank you very much for the 11-month resub. And the gifted sub. Thross, thank you for the resub and the gifted sub. Greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much, Thross. Black Ops Noah, thank you for the 5. Draw 7 in full March. Well, I should probably hardcast Grief in case they have Force, right? Player on Pierce. I can just Grief them. Isn't this just better? Noah and Thross, thank you very, very much again for the subs. Appreciate that. Siege Rhino got a gifted sub. You'll love to see it. Average Siege Rhino W. Flame Discharge Murktide. I will select the Murktide, I guess. It's kind of the only card I care about. Who's Johnson were you looking at? Fletcher's, obviously. Yeah, so we just go all in, right? Okay. I kind of want to Soul Spike them too, right? So we die? What do you mean? I have a Soul Spike and a Necro. How am I dying? They have a Discharge, not a Bolt. This doesn't go upstairs. March is more efficient. Yeah, but I don't really want to pitch the Soul Spike, right? Can, like, pitch this. We can pitch everything but the Soul Spike, maybe? Oh, right. I forgot about that. They can discharge their own Tamiyo. Well, I could bait it, right? I could spike the Tamiyo. Do you think they discharge if I spike the Tamiyo? Because then I just gain more life that way, right? Second Rebirth Grief. Necro has text. Alright, I'm going to spike the Tamiyo. I think we end up gaining a lot more life this way. Spike face. Well, I gain less life if I spike face, which is kind of why I want to spike the Tamiyo, because I think they're going to cast the Discharge. I think. And if they don't cast the Discharge, then fine. We'll just go up to 5, discard the 2 towers, and then just hold up the March. I think that's fine, right? But this way ends up giving us, like, it gives us the ability to gain a lot more life. They cast Discharge, don't you gain no life? Correct, but what I'm saying is that if they cast the Discharge on the Tamiyo, I can then just respond and cast the March, was the point that we're making. Because we do know about the Discharge. Do you think I can play a 1 of Spellbook? Not recommended. Maybe a Reliquary Tower. So we go to 2 here. I guess this ring is kind of a liability. How many spikes do we have left? 1, 2... I only have 1 spike left. Oh. Well, that's really unfortunate. I mean, we know they have a Discharge in hand. This is not going to work. We know they have Discharge in hand. Maybe they'll play around something else. I feel like I could have played that game a little bit better. And by a little bit better, I mean I probably could have played that a lot better. The misclick killed me? Yeah, that didn't help either. But like, besides the misclick, I also played that game horrendously. Like, that was a game that I was basically gifted to win, and I had to do 500 different things to throw it away, you know? That was a match that I was destined to win. But I was like, no, I'm good, you know? As I actually don't think I want to win the game. I'll pass. From what I've heard, control is tough for Necro. I don't think it is. Your deck is just like 4 Grief, 4 Inquisition, take their... The counter spells are all that matter. So you just Grief, Inquisition, their counter spells, and then, you know, slam Necro. Like, if you resolve Necro, they usually can't win unless you fuck it up horribly. I haven't had that much trouble with the control decks with this deck, but I did find a way that game. I don't think there's a reason to cast the Shambling Ghast on turn 1 here, because I could just cast it on turn 2, and then... The other reason I don't want to cast the Shambling Ghast is I might want to pitch to Grief. Like, maybe I'm supposed to Grief on 1 with this end. Like, Grief, pitch, March. Polluted Delta. It's a mirror match? Don't Thoughtseize me, bro. God damn it. Never lucky. They always have it. Maybe they won't take the Necro. What if they just didn't take the Necro? Oh. Well, they didn't. They have to have Force, right? No? Okay. I'm not quite sure why we didn't take the Necro. Interesting. Is this the Reed Dig version? I don't know if Reed and Seth played the same list, but I copied Seth's list. But I assume since they were on the same team, they probably played the same list. So, like, here, do you just go deep? Or do you only go up to 5? I feel like you're only supposed to go up to 5 here, and then go deep next turn. I'm gonna do that. 17, shut up. Yeah, it's possible that they had a second discard spell. They were planning on taking the Necro next turn, but they just kind of forgot about the Shambling Ghast. This has come up a couple of times for me. I mean, it's, you know, not the most relevant thing, but it has come up a couple of times. Just the fact that you can't get a trigger off Ghast once you have Necro in play. Again, it's not going to come up super often, but it's going to pass. I guess I can draw a couple here. This is a turn I might try and draw like a few. Try and find a Soul Spike. Okay, well, you know I have a Bowmaster. So this is not going to work out that well. They did know about that, right? Oh, no, they didn't. That was my draw step. Okay. Never mind. They did not know about that. The problem is I don't have a mana up here. If I had 1 extra mana to cast this March, I'd be much more likely to go super deep. But, like, there's just not a ton of reason. I guess we could do 5 in case we draw exactly Soul Spike. But I feel like you're not supposed to go above 8 here, I think. That doesn't really count. It's fine. I have enough bad cards in my hand. 1, 2, 3, probably? Oh, what is this? Is this a troll link? Error 404, page not found, page not found. Shocker, I know. Yeah, we don't actually know when the ban list is coming out, but it's all, you know, it's assumed. But I do like the ban list baiters. And by ban list baiters, I mean me, because I put it in the title, you know. Mishra's Bauble. Alright, my turn. Kind of just want to pass here. I could, like, Bowmaster their army token to attack, but that's bad if they have second Bowmaster, because I need to be able to kill... Well, I mean, even if they have second Bowmaster, I can just march it. It's probably okay. Maybe if this was my plan, I should have sacrificed the token for mana, since if I sack the token for mana, then I just get the token back. So far, we're presumed 3 of 3 on Modern Horizon sets having a card that gets banned. Yeah, the thing about MH2, though, is it took forever, right? And you could argue that maybe it shouldn't have taken forever, and they should have Like, you could also argue that the wrong guy from MH2 got banned, you know? Doom, please? What? Please what? Is there an emote? Why am I getting Doom pleased? Nadu Shuko. Oh, I added it. I added it yesterday. It's already been added. Don't worry about it. I think I added it. Choose an amount of life to pay. We'll just go low. I mean, you just don't need to go high, to go deep here. At least I think so. Maybe I'm supposed to go a little bit deeper there. I don't know. Did the last Shuko get sold? Yeah, they're all gone. I mailed out 3 already today, and I'm selling the other 4 at F&M. So, all 7 of my Shukos already gone. Look at this emote, by the way. It's so good. Can we get a Nadu Shuko spam going? Goated emote. It's too good. What are they playing? They're playing Mishra's Bauble, so they're probably playing Shadow, right? So we want push over Ghast. I don't think we really have to do much else against Shadow. Maybe the Force of Troll Despair could be okay. But, yeah, this also kills Bowmasters. Yeah, well, that definitely did not happen. And I have video proof of that, by the way. For the naysayers out there who keep saying, like, you know, whatever, insider trading or whatever, you can go check the stream of the day that I previewed it, and I did not buy the Shukos until somebody in chat said it after I spoiled it, so. Video evidence. Hadn't thought about them taking my land with this. That's not great. Did somebody delete the VOD? I mean, I didn't delete the VOD. FBI's on the way. Yeah, we had a good run. I did the best I could. We had a good run. Again, also, if it was insider trading, don't you think that I would have bought, like, 700 copies? And not just 7? I'm just saying, you know, I could have bought a lot more. I didn't, but I could have. 7 is an odd number. Well, that's the amount that Cool Stuff had in stock. And I didn't go to other websites. Why are you sussing me? Don't suss me like that. There's nothing sus about what's going on here. Nothing sus whatsoever. Well, I mean, how would I sell them, you know? Like, there's not really a way that I could have sold them conspicuously. Not just slamming turn 2 Necro here. Well, I kind of thought they had Bowmasters. So the issue with going for... I guess they didn't, because they would have cast it. But the issue with going for Necro is if, like, I grief them, and if I grief them, they respond in Bowmaster. I guess if that's the case, then I could just sack the grief the tower and play my own Bowmasters and just not cast the Necro that turn. But I was worried that they had Bowmaster, but maybe I just shouldn't be worried about that. Can you please join? Get that guy out of here. Thank you, mods. Thank you, mods. W mods in the chat. Okay, I guess I'll grief them now. I'm gonna pitch the Force of Despair, I think. Maybe the second grief is better. Because I could force the second Saga token if I wanted to. Yeah, we can go scam the grief, sack the tower, which is kind of dope. Anoint with Affliction, Fell the Profane, grief. Why did they grief me? I guess I'll take this. And then we go Rebirth the Grief. Sack the Grief for mana. To take Fell the Profane, I guess? Do any of these other cards matter? I don't think they do. And then we go here, go to 15, play the Necro. All the mods are here. So their hand right now is Grief, Castle. How many are we drawing? That's a good question. 15 is definitely not the answer. See, it's spots like this where I don't want to go super deep because we don't have a mana up. I'm much more likely... So, like, here's a situation, right? If you have 1 mana untapped, you're much easier to, like, just draw a bunch because then you can draw towards Spike and March. But when you're tapped out, the only card you can find is Spike, right? So if you draw 10 cards and you don't find Soul Spike, you basically just lose the game. So I think here it's best to just draw 4, go up to 5, Like, guaranteed we're not going to discard a hand size. We can maybe chump block the Construct token for a turn. Next turn, go to 1 when we have more mana available, if that makes sense. You sculpt the hand for their grief. Well, I think because they have grief, it even makes me less likely to want to go all in that turn, because the issue with, like, say I go all in, right? I don't find the Soul Spike. I find 1 March. If I find 1 March and no Soul Spike, they just go, I'm at, 1 life. They go untap, grief your March. I'm at 1, and I don't have a March. Like, I just lose at that point. So I think it's even more arguable to not go all in that turn, especially against the grief. But yeah, the grief just doesn't matter here. And we can do a bunch next turn. Right, Pithing Needle does not answer Necrodominance, which is kind of messed up, to be completely honest with you. Like, I don't know how they could have worded Necrodominance to make, like, to have it the way that it currently is and also make it an activated ability. But the fact that you can't even stop this with Needle is so stupid. Like, I guess it would have to say, like, it would have the ability of pay X life, draw X cards, activate this ability only once each turn and only in your end phase or something like that, But, like, that would just be an insanely complicated ruling for no reason. Yeah. Is there any reason to grieve? No, I want more black cards in hand for a potential March. But I am going to go to 1 here. I'm not going to F6. You can watch me. I'm not F6ing. Okay? Confirm, not F6. We found a Soul Spike, but we did not find a March. That is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. We did find this, though, so might be good enough. I guess I should just cast the Bowmasters now to dump my hand. Maybe not, though. I'm a little bit worried that they may have, like, land Sheoldred. We have to hold this up for end step. I guess the issue is they're just going to grief my Sheoldred. This kind of sucks, actually. Yeah, I probably should just cast the Bowmasters. Maybe I should have griefed them there? I don't know. 9, discard 4. 1, no. 1, 2, 3, 4? So now they go land, grief, take Sheoldred. Yeah, we're actually not in the greatest spot when they take our Sheoldred. Oh. Well, I mean, that was nice of them to do that. Why didn't you cast the Inquisition? Because Inquisition does not have flash. Grief. Alright, we have a song request from Zoo22. YouTube exclusive, by the way. Well, that's the downside to not holding up Fell the Profane, huh? Why don't more people play Nadu online? Is because the clicking involved? Yeah, and it's just kind of boring. Like, people were asking me this earlier. Why don't you just play the winning Nadu list? Like, please name Necro, by the way. Please name Necro. 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 It's just boring to play. Like, it's just not fun. I really, really want them to name Necro. Please? One time? Do you think they are aware? Do you think they know? Do they have the information necessary? Is there any target? I play 4 rings, but watch them draw Necro. Yeah, that is not how that works. That is, in fact, not how that works. I'm just going to cast this now. How do I lose this game? Can I lose this game? I'm not sure that I can. Guess I'll hold up the tower. I think I lose this game by going to 1, and they draw Bowmasters. So we go to 4. I guess I'll just draw 2. Is there any way I can die at 2? No, because we can upkeep kill Sheoldred. Oh, we also just skip our draw step, so Sheoldred just doesn't even matter, right? I mean, also, do I need the draw? I don't need to, right? Whatever, I'm just not going to draw. It just doesn't matter. Should see if you drew March. I just, there's no reason to draw, right? They have no cards in hand. Like, there's nothing they could do, right? You can't be here. I guess I'm into this. I was told that Violent Outburst was banned. What's going on here? Not it was an MH set. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Bruh.
Let me make a joke. Okay. Ritual, Metamorphose, Impulse, 2 Glimpse. Take the Impulse, maybe? I don't know. Can I take their land? My theory behind taking Impulse is that if they find second land, Impulse is most likely going to find them their third land. Oh, we already listened to this song. I just didn't remove it from the queue. So I think that's kind of the theory behind taking the Impulse there. I don't know if it's correct, but that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Ruby Storm does kind of seem like a scary matchup. Because my removal doesn't do all that much. They found another one. I mean, I guess they have Ral. Well, so another hand is Morphos, Glimpse, Ritual. I think we have to Grief the Ritual this turn. Otherwise, we just lose. Right, we're probably going to lose anyways, but... We need to find the land there so we can maybe slam Necro. We could, like, Necro hold up Soul Spike for Ral, potentially. Do I kill Ral now? Killing Ral now is good if I find a land. Because if I draw land for Necro, I can't Necro and kill the Ral, is the issue. Yeah, but then both of my Sheoldreds are gone. It's going to be really hard to win this game without both Sheoldreds, is my issue. Like, it's so hard to try and stabilize without that card, because you have, like, a very, very limited amount to how much you can Necro. This is tough. Maybe what I could do is just pitch the Necro, but if my plan is pitch the Necro, then there's no reason to do it now. You know what I mean? Because, like, the only reason I would cast it now is if I was trying to cast Necro. Ral's a 1/3. So yeah, maybe we just go pitch Necro, kill Ral, and then have this as our plan. Which is not a bad plan, right? I actually kind of like that. Yeah, pitch Necro. Just do this main phase. And then I guess hope to draw a land next turn. But it's just going to be so hard to win without both Sheoldreds. Very, very difficult. Well, that sucks. Still would like a land for Ring. Gonna draw on 15 cards and Soul Spike it? Yeah, but like, what if you miss on Soul Spike? And again, it's also extremely hard to stabilize with no copies of Sheoldred. You know? Alright, well, this is the perfect time for me to go take a bathroom break. I'll be right back. How the hell did I not die that turn? What the hell? What happened? What did I miss? Streamer come back. Was it literally like was it right now basically? I had protection. Yeah, but they can actually still kill us with empty plus Alchemist Gambit, which apparently they did not have, which is nice. Or they just couldn't find it. Well, now what? Flare is kind of good, right? But I don't want to sack the Sheoldred to the Flare. Maybe I'm supposed to ring first here. Here's my thought process. Ring first, find Bowmaster. Bowmaster the spawn token, Flare sack the Bowmaster, kill Ral. The other line is play Sheoldred, tap Ring, then sack the Sheoldred to kill the Ral. Yeah, I guess we don't have to kill the Ral now, right? We can wait a little bit on killing the Ral. Let's do this. Maybe our life total doesn't matter and I shouldn't be playing the Sheoldred first. Yeah, see, like, I can Soul Spike, but what am I doing with Soul Spike, right? Could have also maybe hardcast Flare. I guess I question why the Ral matters, though, because they already have this. So I don't think the Ral matters that much. What I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to hold up Soul Spike, just in case they play a new Ral. No, to the best of my knowledge, I believe the mana value of this is still 2. I think. Yeah, this is also non-token, right? Well, no, it's not non-token, but I believe this is still 2 mana value. And a ritual. Okay. And I think they still have another glimpse, right? Or did they play it last turn? Oh, that's bad. Surely that kills us, right? Yeah, I mean, it takes them so long to kill that I don't want to waste your guys' time. And I think we were dead anyways. Alright, so Jailer is good. Surgical is good. Thoughtseize is good. I think Dothy might be good too. What are we cutting against Storm? Surely the Shambling Ghast can probably go. I don't think I'm going to play the Force of Despair or the Flares. I don't know if I want to cut all the marches, but I want to trim on March. Is it possible that the Ring is not good against them because they have the Alchemist Gambit to get around it? Yeah, Bowmasters probably doesn't do that much. Maybe I keep the marches instead of the Bowmasters. Could do something like that, maybe. Is there anything else in the sideboard that we want to keep in? Do I need Force for Goblins? Yeah, you're right. I think March is probably required, because it does kill the Rals, which is important. It also can take their outs to Soulless Jailer, because they don't have a ton of those. I think this looks fine. No Force, no Flare. Force stops Ral. Yeah, so does Flare, but like, with 4 Marches, 4 Soul Spikes, do I need more answers for Ral? Like, I have plenty of stuff against Ral. I'm not sure that I need the Force of Despairs. I know that they are good against empty, but like, how frequently are they going to empty? I feel like not that often, right? Well, I've located the rings. I feel like this hand is not good. Better, but not by a lot. Guess we put back the Swamp. We go turn 1 Rebirth. I think this is fine. Sacred Foundry. I guess I won't give them black mana. I don't know if it matters, but just need to find a Necro. 1 Necro, please, and thank you. I can live with that. It's not a Necro. I mean, no. So the problem with playing Boggart Trawler this turn is that if we draw a 4-drop, we can't cast it. Because I have to go Urborg Trawler, and then my only 2 lands left are Myers. And I do have a lot of 4-drops. 2 Sheoldreds, 4 Wings, 4 Griefs. Well, I guess if I draw Grief, I'm just going to do this anyways, but this feels right to me, just in case we draw a 4-drop. Okay. Ritual, Splice Ritual. Oh. Wait. In before chat says, "Hey Doom, why didn't you cast Malakir Rebirth on your Soulless Jailer?" This is why you don't F6, folks. I don't think Ruby Fold's the one piece of interaction at all. Well, I mean, like, I had the Rebirth, you know. So, you know. I'm just gonna F6 myself out of this game. Anyways. What's gonna be good after Nadu? Well, I would tell you Mono Black, but Mono Black, assuming you don't play like a moron. So, you know, keep that, take that with a grain of salt. Like, basically, if you watch this, if you're watching this league, do the opposite of everything that I'm doing, you know? What's our Zoo matchup? Not sure how our Zoo matchup is. Always pay the 15. Yes, always pay 15, apparently. That's what I'm being told by chat. Alright, I found a blocker. I was your Storm opponent, what happened? What do you mean, what happened? I don't understand the question. You won the game? Oh, you're saying about the F6? Yeah, I had a Rebirth in hand. My opponent said I didn't read. Can confirm. Can confirm. I'll trade my Shambling Ghast for a Ragavan and a Lightning Bolt. Nishoba Brawler. Oh, I'm brawling. I'm brawling hard right now. I'm so brawling. You're a believer of the gas now? Yeah, it's also cracked when you draw Flare of Malice or... oh, that was a good draw. It's also cracked when you draw Flare of Malice or Phyrexian Tower. Okay, surely I can't fuck this game up, right? I know I've been playing horribly all day, but surely I cannot screw this game up. Like, this is just impossible. I think you would imagine, right? Like, how can I possibly mess this one up? What is the next beta announcement? Hopefully very, very soon. And by soon, I mean like 3 hours ago. If only. Second Nishoba Brawler. Okay, I think we should tower here. Tower here so I can hold up Black for March. Well, you know. Alright, I'm not going to ask you what the appropriate number is, because I know the answer. No! Let me draw 16! Come on, man. Unironically go to 1? I was going to. Hell, I might have even taken 17 that turn. Just live on the edge a little bit, you know? You don't know what's going to happen. You might need that extra card. When it's being chatty in chat, we're doing a little bit of chatting. We're doing a little bit of chatting. Do we want any of this against Zoo? I have to imagine Force of Despair is good against them, right? I would say cut Shambling Ghast, but it was really good that game. Do like this or something. I guess maybe Push is better than Shambling Ghast. Yeah, because Push is a little bit better against the Shoba Brawler. Why Inquisition and not Thoughtseize? Because you are playing a deck that has 4 Necrodominance and you just want to lose less life. Life matters a lot. And your life total is also going to be like... You're going to start lower than most people anyways because you have so many bold lands. Right? 4 Fell the Profane, 4 Boggart Trawler, 2 Awakening. So 10 of your lands cost 3 life. And you just can't afford the extra life with Necro. Why do we play Urborg if all our lands give black already? So Urborg is good with Phyrexian Tower if you do not have a creature already in play. Saint is quite good. Wish I was in the play, but... yeah, might be here for a while if that's the case. Alright, just don't fail me, bro. I don't know if that's a good draw or a bad draw, but don't fail me, bro. We can talk about this. Lupo, thank you for the 12-month resub. Chat, is it just me or my alerts very quiet today? Are you guys having a hard time hearing the alerts? I don't know if that's just me, but I mean, it's a lot of damage. They're quiet. Okay, I can turn them up a little bit. I kind of have to take Stub, though, so I can resolve the Necro. Yeah, we gotta take Stub. The question is, do they go for Meddling Mage here? I mean, no, they're just gonna play Scion on 2, right? Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was just me. I'll turn them up a little bit. Is that 5 years? I'm good at math, right? I think that's 5 years, or something like that. 5? Yeah, has it really been 5 years already? That's kind of wild. 5 is so many years. Okay, that happens. So they probably named Necro. Tandy, thank you very, very much for the raid. Welcome everybody from Tandy stream. Playing some of Seth's mono black Necro deck. It's been doing pretty good so far. They did name Necrodominance. Okay, that's a pretty sicko draw. Do we pitch the second Soul Spike? So we know their hand right now is Scion, Flames, Flames, X. Yeah, I'm going to pitch the second Soul Spike. Binding Scion, Flames, Flames. So here's the issue. If I take the Scion, they just hold up the binding for the Necro. So I think I take the binding, let them play Scion, and then just spike the Scion, right? I think that's my plan. Then we go here, tapped. They can't currently cast Scion. Well, they can cast Binding is the issue. And I think this is the card that I cared the most about. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, there's a chance they just don't do anything this turn because I take the Binding. Sure, yeah. -4, by the way. He draws the Sheoldred there too. Come on, man. What even is that? 6, go to 7, back up to 11. Just spike now. I didn't find a land though, which is unfortunate. So this actually could get a little dicey. This probably. I should have kept the push. I don't know if it matters. What are we doing here? So we know their hand is Flames Draco. I guess we can do this to take the flames. I can't ever figure out the right audio levels for some reason. I don't know why. I try and mess with it every single day, but for some reason I could just never find the correct audio. Like the right way to do it. I think we draw... Like, I need to find a land next turn. I'm not griefing. I want to draw 2 here, I think. Alright, I'm going to draw 2. Surely I can find my land by drawing 2. No, but we did find that, which is pretty good. Do this. So they have Leyline Bolt Draco. I still really do need to find a land at some point. And I'd prefer to not have to pitch this Sheoldred. I guess we can go, like... We can go hella in next turn. We can go to 4 and then try to march the Scion, because we know their hand is Leyline Bolt. Assuming they cast the Scion this turn. This sounds good? Okay. I just have to mess with the alerts a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go... 7, probably? You want to go more than 7? Alright, we'll meet in the middle. We'll do 8. So we pitch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just pitching everything but the Sheoldred, right? X equals 12, huh? Okay, well, I guess you can go. We found the land, I guess. Should do 10 plus. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I guess, like, because they didn't have the bolt up, I could just go to 1 or whatever, because they can't kill me there. I was worried about them having this, but they did tap out for it last turn, so they didn't have the bolt up. So another hand is... What was their hand again? Their hand is Bolt plus Leyline. So, Dedge. Oh, we're going in. Oh, wait, no, Bolt. Almost went in. 17... Let's do this. Okay, I'll draw 12. Wait, I didn't find Soul Spike? I did not find the Soul Spike. They still want to play, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here's the situation. We won't talk about that Murktide match. That was not great. And then the not casting to Malakir Rebirth in the Jailer against Storm, also not the best. But other than that, deck was great. I think this is going to be probably the best deck in the format once they inevitably ban Nadu. And yeah, Seth's list, I can't say that. Seth's list was very, very good. So if you're watching us on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you thought down below, and I will see you all in the next one.